Ciao, it's Adele Testa the coach, and today I want to speak with you about time pressure. How many of you wake up in the morning feeling already anxious because of the long list of things we are supposed to do? How many of you at the end of the day feel guilty because we were supposed to do things or complete tasks that we haven't had chance to do? How many of you feel guilty for the time spent not in the right way? You are alone watching this video, but I can tell you that many of the people listening to it feel as you do. And I guess if you ask to your partner or to a colleague or a friend, or perhaps a family member, that will confirm that at some point during their life they felt under pressure. Looking at my own experience and the experiences of many of my clients, as well friends and people that had the gut and courage to share how they felt, two sentences came up very often. It is too late, or it's not the right time. It is too late comes from this expectation of what we should have done before in the past, or what we should have understood. There is this sense of regrets of what we haven't done, or perhaps what we've done in the wrong way. There is this sense of powerlessness because we didn't grasp that opportunity, or because we decided to avoid that issue or that problem, and then the problem growed to the point that now is overwhelming and very difficult to deal with. The other sentence that comes up very often is not the right time. And this is often come from our internal conflict because we don't know how to prioritize the things in front of us. We know that we might need to take that specific action. We need to make that change in our life, but we don't do it because we think that we are missing something. That could be our own skills, or perhaps financial resources, or perhaps the time during the day to actually do that step. That could be for applying a new job, or to relocate somewhere else, or start that master or that course that can really enable what we really want to do. Well, it's not the right time, it's connected to our sense of the present. If it's too late, it's connected between the past and the here. It's not the right time, it's connecting between the here, so the present, and the future. We think that at some point in the future, we will have a better circumstances, more time, more financial resources, more freedom in our brain to give space to that things that we would like to do now, that for some reason we are pausing. Sometimes behind it's not the right time, there is fears and avoidance. There is indecision. We are not sure that that change can actually help us. And we are more focused on the fears of what we could do wrong versus the fear of what we could miss out. Through my own experience and the experiences of clients that I supported, I realized that time pressure can bring us to the runner trap. The runner trap is a concept that I developed in the last few years, and is based on three dynamics that could happen pretty often. When we feel under pressure, we can start running without direction. We have this sense of we need to do something, we need to take action, that this is enough, I have enough, I need to change the dynamic. But because I feel the time pressure on me, I don't pause it, but just take action, the first one that comes up in my mind, without actually thinking if it's the best for us. This could bring to overdoing, burnout, and a sense of constant restlessness. The second aspect of the runner trap is the inaction. And with that I mean feeling like that we are at the start of a marathon, we know that we need to do a long journey, and we feel paralyzed by that. because we are not sure that we can do that marathon. So instead of understanding how we can prepare ourselves, what we could do to train, we just tend to feel overwhelmed from day zero. Therefore, we convince ourselves that we are not able, we are not capable, and we cannot develop the skills to run that marathon. Well, we decided, because in this case, we decided to give up. We choose to fail in that situation. And it can sound hilarious because how is possible that we give up since day one? Well, if you have an honest dialogue with yourself for just 1 minute, you will find some situation where you prefer to give up since the beginning, not even trying, giving some excuse to yourself that was too difficult, was too complicated, or still was not the right time. And if I want to be brutally honest and open, I need to admit that I've done the same too. It happened in the past. I was scared, it was complicated, and I prefer to postpone it and procrastinate it. The third trap with the time pressure is the worst one for me because it's second guessing someone else and yourself. With this, I mean that we run toward a direction that someone else has decided for us. We don't feel clear enough, we don't feel capable enough to understand our direction. Therefore, we trust someone else to show us where to go. Therefore, we start running, but we are not fully sure. We feel reassured by the person near to us. That could be a colleague, a partner, or perhaps a family member that advise us to go toward that direction, but we are not sure that is the direction for us specifically. I end up in that situation a few times too, and I guess if I see now what happened, I didn't allow myself to pause for a second and understand where I wanted to go. And still, I didn't pause because I thought that by pausing and reflecting, I would lose time. So I needed to move straight away toward that action, toward doing something instead of understanding what to do. I do hope you found this episode useful and just remind to ourselves that the change that we want starts with us. Ciao and see you next week.